Hey, what is going on? What is going on? Welcome to another Coffee and Conversation with your host, Kevin Smith. I'm looking forward to this conversation and the conversations that are going to come in the weeks to come. I'm starting a four-part series talking about being an entrepreneur. And so I'm looking forward to talking with a lot of my friends, a lot of people that are entrepreneurs, giving you the good, the bad, the ugly. So definitely looking forward to that. So just come along with this series and this journey, and you might be somewhere in the U.S. Where these great people are. And I want to definitely promote their business to be able to help them grow in what they do. So, without further ado, I'm going to have them introduce themselves. And then we will continue the conversation from there. So, ladies first, I have Alexandria introduce herself, and we'll go from there.
Okay. Hi, everyone. I am Alexandria. I am with Closet 118. I am a professional organizer, but I also do custom closets as well. What else you want me to say? That's it. That's all. I'm in Dallas,
Whatever you want
Texas.
to say. Yep.
And I'm in Dallas, Texas.
Okay. All right. Trail LeVar.
Oh, well, hello everybody. I go by Memphis Country Boy Trey or Chef Memphis, or whatever you want to call me. I'm the owner of a restaurant called The Soul of Memphis, and I also have TR3 Production and Distribution Media Group. Audio video engineer by degree and trade as well, as long as also culinary skills and background. Um, I've been doing this for since almost forever for both things, cooking and performing and doing music forever. And I'm here to share my life on my little light on what's going on in the entrepreneurship world from beginning to end.
Hi, y'all. I'm Chef LeVar. I currently reside in Atlanta, Georgia, but I represent Virginia all day. Um, I'm retired Navy. I retired from the Navy 5 years ago, and I went to culinary school at the Art Institute, and that's why I became a professional chef. Um, I have a catering business called Torrance Catering, and then also do freelance work at Mix Atlanta Light nightclub on the weekend. I've been in this business probably about 3.5 years now, successfully launching my catering business. So I'll probably be the baby entrepreneur of this group. Um, yeah, that's me.
Okay. All right. So welcome, all three of you all. So like I tell everybody, this is authentic. This is just us having a conversation. But I want to start the conversation off by you all telling me, why did you want to go into business for yourself? What made you choose what you chose? Did you wake up one day and say, "Hey, I want to go into business," or was it something that sparked you into wanting to actually do business?
For me, it was like when I retired from the Navy, I got tired of working for somebody else. Um, the Navy taught me you're always just going to be a number to anybody's corporation and that you're easily replaced tomorrow. So when I retired, mostly like when you retire, you move to DC, get a government job, and become a government worker. But it was too much, still too much like military for me. So I took a walk on faith and moved to Atlanta and went to culinary school. And I always had a, I always loved cooking. All the men in my family cook. But I was like, how about I take something I love and turn it into my job or my career? So that's how I started off for me.
Well, for me,
For,
myself, oh, go ahead, Miss Alexandra,
no,
lady
you got it.
first.
You got it. You got it. You got it. Go
Okay.
ahead.
For me, myself, well, my parents are entrepreneurs, so I grew up with an entrepreneurial background. My mother has been a beautician. She also owned car washes and other things as well. And then when I was a kid, at like the age of 9 years old, I was cutting grass on weekends, making $300 to $500. And ever since then, I've always been a hustler about getting mine. So even through high school, I used to frame pictures, draw for the school, did things for the Board of Education as well. And just always had that in me. So this is where my background came from. I just took my passions and things I love and made it my career.
Okay. For me, entrepreneurship ran in the family. It runs in the family. A lot of my family has their own businesses, but I think I tried a couple of different trades. I tried eyelashes. I tried other things, and I was just like, this is not what I like to do. So I actually just kind of I actually asked a family member what I was good at, and they kind of pointed out some of my they say organizing, and I was like, "What? Who wants that?" So, I started looking into it. They started promoting me outside of me even saying that I wanted to do it. So they started promoting me, and so once they started promoting me, and I started getting clients, I was kind of just doing pro bono work. And then as I got more clients, I just kind of took it on, and I was like, you know what, this is what I want to do. So, I just moved forward with it after that.
Okay. All right. So I appreciate y'all saying that. So when it comes to and I think LeVar said it, I wanted to work for myself. I didn't want to work for the man no more. Um I hear that a lot. I- Especially when COVID happened, that's when a lot of people start really coming to become entrepreneurs. So the question I have for you all is um was it hard getting started? And is it hard, like what's the daily look when it comes to being an entrepreneur for you, and what you do?
Okay. Um, One thing nobody will ever tell you about is as an entrepreneur, you really don't have no days off. It's 24/7, and then you're always constantly you have to look into your market or whatever you're working into and how to make yourself different from everybody else, but still provide the same service. And then the hardest part about it, first, it's easy to say I want to come up with a business. It's easy to say you come up with a business. If it makes sense to you, it's going to make sense to somebody else too. Just like you said, organization. You're like, what? I would love for somebody to organize my closet because I just I'm a bachelor. I just throw stuff in my closet. I would love for somebody to come organize my closet. Um, but once you get the idea that you want it, you just look into that's a market. Sometimes that's not even a market for that. Um, the For me, it's just I just knew that for me, I didn't want to work for nobody. It made sense. I gave myself, okay, I had still had my top secret clearance. So I said, I'll give myself 3 years. I'm going to walk on faith, go to school. I had entrepreneur friends that guided me. Um, and I learned some things, and it's not being an entrepreneur in the beginning stage is not easy because that's the failures you got to say. There's There's money investments that you're gonna lose.
Not
Uh,
failures,
yeah,
learners.
learners. And then like in culinary, it's very competitive. Like you can build some great networks, you can lose a couple of networks, or not networks, or people that are working with you. Because the thing is, everybody want to make it, and you want to make it and still make money at the same time. So now you gotta find out how do I put a price on something I love to do? Because you'll get in a moment where you be like, oh, I love to do this. And I started off cheap.
Mhm.
I started off real cheap. And
Mhm.
people would take advantage of me starting off cheap.
Yes.
They'll want
Yes.
a $3,000 job on a $200 budget. I
Mm,
lost a lot of money in the beginning because I was like, oh, they want this, but they didn't cover this. But I could squeeze a little bit out of what I'm making to cover to make it work. And then at the end of the day, it kept adding up with like, well, you didn't really make nothing.
Right. And then
So,
if you have workers, you're losing as well. And that's why me personally, I started looking at my target audience.
mhm,
Like I had to pick, like I had to target the ones that I wanted because a lot of people want organizing, but they don't know what it entails and how much it entails and how much work we put into it, and they don't want to pay the price. So entrepreneurship is not easy. It's very competitive, but then at the same time with me starting out as an organizer, a lot of people wasn't organizing. But after COVID, everybody was organizing. It
and,
was like,
and
what?
I think
Like,
COVID woke up a lot of entrepreneurs because you had
mhm,
nothing but time to. Some people took advantage of it and looked into their selves and said,
Mm.
"Hey, what can I do? Because I want this to happen to me again." You know, what
mhm,
I'm saying, and
Well,
it birthed a lot of entrepreneurs.
mhm,
yeah, and in that, I'm gonna be the one unfiltered. It birthed a lot of idiots. So a lot of people know how to make money. There's a difference between making money and administering a business.
Everybody
Right.
is that everybody
Mhm.
can have a business, but not everybody can be a businessman.
Right.
mhm,
And when it comes down to it, we can sell a product. Like y'all said, you started out cheap at first, right? For me, I started out hated because I wasn't cheap because I knew the value of the work that I do by the
Mhm,
research I've been in the game. So before I got into it, I did the research. And then with the experience I put behind in the education, I charged my price.
mhm,
People not gonna like you for that. They're gonna go to the cheaper person because they're gonna say, well, I can get that done for this price right here. And I tell them, bon voyage. You know what I'm saying? Because I never lower my value. In a business world, you cannot lower your value. Your price is your price. You gotta look at the cost of living. You gotta look at your personal expenses, what it costs, the things that you want and you value. And you gotta ask yourself, how much do I have to make to live the lifestyle that I want to live?
mhm,
mhm,
And on top of that, is what I'm trying to do with this business um will it suffice that type of lifestyle? Because just because you're making money, selling t-shirts and stuff like that, what kind of t-shirts are you selling? Who's your like Alexandra said, who's your target demographic?
mhm.
You know, and I'm saying something, I'll be honest with you now. Like I said, I do Memphis style barbecue and country soul food. I know my demographic, but also today, well, actually last couple of days, I thought about something. I've seen a Chinese kosher restaurant.
Mhm.
All their food is kosher, but in Chinese food. And you know who their target is? The Jewish community.
mhm.
Just for two meals, beef and broccoli and which are sweet and sour chicken, that was $59. Yes, exactly. See, look on your face, Alexandria. But guess what? Guess who's paying for it? The demographic that eats kosher food because it's expensive, it's organic. So you got to know your product and you got to know the demographic that's going to go for your product. If you want to make money, you can't sell to broke people. I'm sorry. Hey, I'm gonna
And
be honest with you. You
it's
can't sell to broke. Broke is not going to get you there.
it's not that you can't sell to broke people because you can sell broke people stuff and sell it as a dream and they'll buy it. But when it comes to it in a different market and stuff like that, it's like for a perfect example, everybody like, oh, you want to be a celebrity chef? A celebrity chef is something I do not want to be. Because that's the ones that are gonna rip you off the most.
Mhm.
Cause they be like, oh well, I'll put your name on social media.
Mhm. They feel
That's
obligated.
they
They
don't pay
want.
no bills for me. You know what I'm
Mm-mm.
saying? Because when I first started cooking, I'm like, all I'm doing is cooking. My mentor said, no, you're going grocery shopping. That's gas money. You wasting you going 3 hours, prepping and stuff like that. That's work. That's lights. That's your knives. You know what I'm saying? Um, cooking, your electricity bill, your the wear and tear on your products, and all that got to be replaced. So you have to make sure that you make enough money where you can live off of, and then let's say if you have to replace anything that you got, you have to make sure money for that because
Shrinkage.
those things happen.
And I'll say this
So
right here. For me, I'm gonna say that like I said I can't sell broke. And then when I started out, one of my biggest gigs was the President's Dinner 2004. All right, $2,500 a plate, raised $835,000. I knew the value then. I can't sell to a normal person that type of meal. You know what I'm saying? That type of plate. So you got to understand that you can't sell to people who can't afford. You know why McDonald's chooses their demographic who make under $40,000 for a reason. but then now their price is going up high as giraffe's ass. So you know, they're gonna now have to change a different demographic. Like here in Maryland, you also look at the economy in that state or the cost of living. Like in Maryland, the minimum wage is $15 an hour now, behind New York, which is $16 an hour. A McDonald's combo costs $14 to $16 up here now. You know what I'm saying? So when you come down to it, people gotta understand, you gotta know what's around you when you're building a business, because if you don't put yourself in the position up front to be successful, you're gonna struggle harder. And I'm saying this from experience, as well as, you know, where I come from. At first, I was targeting the wrong people. I was around the wrong people, the right price, wrong people. Like, I'm using example audio engineering. I charge $250 or more an hour to record somebody. But you know who want to come to me? The ones who I got $25 an hour or $40. I can't do nothing with you. And they get mad. I said no, because that's not the value. You want to make $1 million, but you don't want to spend 1,000. Make that make sense.
So I say this. I appreciate you know, the continued conversation with this question. You all said a lot of stuff. One of the things that I heard is the value of your work. Now, I'm gonna be honest. I so I get my haircut, and you know, being a barber can be expensive, and I think about this as I'm listening to you all. It was a light bulb that just came on, and it hit me to say we pay for the things that we want to pay for. So everyone's going to pay, because trust me, my barber's been cutting my hair for over 5 years now. Same barber, and he told me that I was paying 25. He said it went up to 50, and I said, "Ooh, $50." But the thing is, I'm still paying. I'm gonna pay that $50 because he's been my barber. So you pay for what you want, and the thing is, sometimes, and I've seen it on videos going on social media, how people say and they complain about, you know, I had to go back and get it fixed by this person. So you're spending more money because now you're having to correct something, because you didn't want this person to do it because of the price. But you know, like Trey said, you know your worth, know your value. But I had to just say that because I started thinking about the fact that yes, when it comes to you all charging, you know, everyone has their own prices, and it depends on where you live in and the cost of living and all of that. And so I totally understand that. But how do you all continue to push the button when it comes to, because people sometimes have to raise their prices within your actual business, but how do you stay competitive when sometimes you actually have to raise your prices?
It all depends on what you provide, because because like for culinary, it's really all about the experience. You know what I'm saying? Because anybody can sell. I laugh and say this all the time. Anybody can sell a bologna sandwich, but if I put something special, some garlic toast on my bologna sandwich, I don't elevate my bologna sandwich different from the rest of the customers or my competition. Then you gotta have your good clientele, because your good clientele, word of mouth still works.
Yes, it
And
does.
your clientele will also push your price for you,
Mm-hmm.
because they only gonna talk to people that can afford what you
Your
charge
price.
them.
Mhm.
If you have good clientele, because I have great clientele. It took me a while to get some great clientele, but a lot of my business comes through word of mouth from them, and they already know my prices before I even get to the contract talking. You know what I'm saying? So you can't. So when it comes to having to up your price, when you're in the competitive space,
Slowly.
as long as the experience matches what you charge, people gonna pay for it.
Mhm.
Yeah. I'm at the flea market selling $50 meals, man. I'll tell you, I have beef rib dinners, $45 plus steak dinners on top of just turkey wings. People say, "Oh, you the highest, you high." My mac and cheese is $6.99 for a 6-ounce cup. Because the old school grandmama made mac and cheese. You know, the milk, the eggs, the seasoning, everything all up in it. Your foot, your toe, your ankles. You know what I'm saying? All that.
And then people don't know how much this stuff really does cost. Like
Right.
food, the price of food is going up. So
McCormick's and the Watkins seasonings alone are high as pterodactyls' ass.
yes,
You know what I'm saying?
$10.99 for seasoning. You be like, what is coming out the seasoning?
Right.
Mhm.
And that's
You know,
and that's the thing. And Alexandra, I'll have you speak on this as well. You know, when it comes to um, the price of food going up, that's why people have to increase their prices because
Yeah.
you know it's not balancing out if you're still at the same price and eggs done went up to you know when eggs went up, you know everybody lost their mind like man, hey we gonna have to go back to the old school and do these powdered eggs. um but at the end of the day, you know, understanding your worth, understanding the fact that hey, I got to do what's in the best interest for my company because I'm the one who's paying for this. I'm the one who has to do all this. I'm the one who's having to stay up late and work on all of this and get this stuff done. And so, for you all, when it comes to that, like speak on the whole materials thing. Like,
right.
how does that play a part in your prices? How does that play a part in what you do? Because I mean, it does. Like even for you, Alexandra, doing your you know closets and all of that, you still have to you know push out money and then
Yeah.
get that money back. So how does
hmm
that play a part in
So
each of your businesses?
So with me, I used to be hourly, but with the competitiveness, I have packages now. And so with the packages, I'm offering what other people are not offering as far as like the personal shopping and just getting the utensils, getting the items that they need for their closet. Typically, I would tell you what you need and I will let you go explore and get whatever it is that you want for your closet, but now I'm providing it to them, which in and it helps me as well because I mean I'm an Amazon associate, so I'm gonna get paid from that too. Like you're gonna click my link and you're gonna still get it. So you know what I'm saying? So I'm all inclusive now. Like I'm including everything. So therefore you can't say, oh well, I need this, but you don't provide this. But most of my clients come from word of mouth. Like a lot of my clients are not from just, oh, I saw your page and I'm here and I want to get organized. It's word of mouth. So I think it was Memphis that said it. They already, or I think it was Oliver. They already know my pricing. Like they already know my pricing. And I've had a lot of people that have come to me and said, "Hey, like, what's your pricing?" And I'll give it to them, and they'll shop back. But then they'll come back and be like, "Hey, I couldn't find nobody else, and I might as well just pay the price, know what I'm getting at the end because it's quality. So if you're getting quality, then they're gonna pay for it. So at the end of the day, I let my work
Speak for
Speak
itself.
for
speak
itself.
for me.
And just like Alexander said, you can by the way the conversation go with the client, you can tell the client gonna want to pay the price or not. Cause
And
Mhm.
the first way you know they're not gonna come back is well let me call you back and I'm gonna see
Mhm.
something. Don't worry about them calling you back. They're not gonna call you back. They're not.
Okay,
So they're
okay. I
just like
see.
but they're
I
like,
just be
oh yeah.
shopping around.
For
But
me,
they,
it's the assessment. So when I tell them it's an assessment fee, they be like, "Is that coming
Consultation.
out of the
yeah, we had a
price?" And I
conversation.
be like,
And the thing is, because the thing is, even when you do that, when you do the consulting and stuff, that's still time out your day
Yep.
that you can be with
"Yes,
another client. Then I got to
yes,
sit there. Like for me, being a personal chef and stuff like that, I have to sit there and make a menu. I have to come
Yes.
figure out, I got to figure out dietary needs, how many people, and the setup and all that. So my brain
Allergies.
is already at work. So now you're already engaging me in a work atmosphere. So I have to have something to conversate because I done did all this work, gave you everything, and said that and then you can take it somewhere else. Because I had one client and they was like, well, let's do a consultation. I said, okay, a consultation is this. And they said, why is that? I said, well, because I'm working and you have to pay me. They was like, and they said, well, what if I don't use you after we do a consult? That's fine. I'm charging you for the work that I have done for you, though.
Mm-hmm.
Even
Because
if I
you're
give you a
giving them
whole,
your knowledge. You're
And-
giving them you're
right.
giving them knowledge.
right.
Like I'm personally giving you knowledge. And actually, after my assessment, I have set you up to complete this job on your own.
Correct.
Right.
And then I can give you a whole menu. You can take it somewhere else and find somewhere,
Mhm.
but I don't care. You just pay for this menu that I put on paper for you.
That part.
Exactly.
Yeah,
And
because
just-
when I first started, it was rough. Cause I used to be like when people like that. Cause when I first started off, I didn't have no consultation fee. I was just like, okay, you want to do something, do something, and then I used to buy the groceries myself in the beginning. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm telling you, I literally just walk on faith and said, let me do this. No education in this, so everything I learned through trial and error. And I remember one time I bought all the stuff for this client and didn't hear from her no more. And I'm like, well, bitch, what you gonna do with all these groceries? That's literally what I said. I mean, luckily somebody said, well, do a plate sale. And I use what I got to make plate sales to recoup some of the money back, but
you didn't take a deposit or anything, huh?
you have to take it. I didn't take. When I tell you, when I first started off, I didn't know about no deposit or nothing. I was like,
wow.
because I was naive. I was like, what I'm doing the deposit for? You know, saying, people come to you 9 out of 10, they're gonna use you. You know, that's how naive I was thinking in the beginning. Because in Atlanta, there's a lot of scammers.
Oh,
There's a lot of scammers here. There's a lot of people that want to be celebrities. They have champagne taste, but Budweiser funds. And you know what I'm saying? Like, it's a lot
dollar
of
menu funds.
huh?
McDonald's dollar menu funds. They want Ruth Chris service with McDonald's budget.
And then I got to the point where I said, I'm not going to negotiate my price no more. This is what it's nice. And my mentors, they came around me, helped me reorganize some stuff. And the thing is, like, if you want the experience, you don't go to McDonald's and go look at their price and negotiate their prices.
Man.
Exactly.
You don't go to
exactly.
Ruth Chris. You don't go to Ruth Chris and say, oh, I want a steak. And be like, oh, I only got $50.
Right.
They're going to show you what the $50 can do for you.
Or can I get a sample of your mac and cheese?
Oh, that kills me.
Sample your steak. Man, people be trying to sample the hell out of me.
And I use that too because I feel like, hey, like when you go buy your hair, you don't ask them to go down in their hair price. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I tell my clients that all the time. You didn't ask Louis Vuitton to give you a cheap price on their purse. You wouldn't have to pay for it.
And some people think I'd be rude, but I'm like, I might not be the person for you.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the thing. The sometimes in the beginning you be like, oh, I want all business because I want to make money. But sometimes all business is not good business.
And I want to add to the beginning of the question also. In the restaurant industry, one thing a lot of people don't know is that you have to have a 70% profit margin. If you don't hit on the 70% profit margin, you're going to doom yourself. I hear a lot of it. I'm going to call it out. I'm unfiltered. A lot of idiots out here saying, well, I'm going to lower my price because the more people I get in, the better. I said, no, you're going to be overworked and underpaid. What the hell is wrong with you? Don't overwork and underpay yourself. You already, as an entrepreneur, you already underpaid. One location alone, you're making way less than minimum wage. You gotta get 3 or 4 locations before you start making money off yourself. Enough to where you can even make a salary equivalent to what you're paying your employees.
And you're really not really making enough money to probably your 3rd year into business,
right?
Because now you do trial and error investment, merchandising. Yeah.
And a lot of people don't understand it. Say, so why your price is this price? Because you want quality, or you want somebody that's gonna give you that, like my mac and cheese. I'm using as an example because that's my number 1 seller. At the same time, a number 1 complainer. But then they come back for it, you know what I'm saying? Because that's $6.99. And I say, well, look at what you're getting. They got somebody at the spot where I'm at who's selling mac and cheese, but he's selling the little Kraft mac and cheese, like the little stuff they sell like at what's called that place? Like Church of Chicken mac and cheese, the KFC mac and cheese. They can't compare to what I'm doing.
Yeah,
you also paying for the convenience.
Right.
You're not doing it.
Right. And people, I say, I got a quality product here that has more ingredients. Or I can go get a Velveeta loaf and some milk and put it in there, some little butter, and there you go. You want me to do it like that? Then you do that at home.
So I gotta ask this question. Um, how many of your friends or family members have looked for that 5-finger discount?
All of them.
All of them.
But I swear to
I done
God,
pulled out
my
the
mom,
alcohol.
All of them.
I love my mom to death. Love her to death. But every
Here
time I
come the
come
butt.
into town to visit, don't let it be a holiday because she swear I can cook for everybody, the church and everybody. And I be like, "Bro, this is a job. Like this is not a hobby. Like she's like, but you can do
She
this.
bragging on you.
No, do you go to work for free?
She bragging on her son. She said, "My baby can cook. Baby, come over here and cook for all of us and
And
them
that's
and the
exactly
cousins."
how it is. She be like,
Or they
oh,
want a
come,
discount.
huh?
No, they
Or
get
they
it
want
in
a
there.
discount.
But any friend that respects your business will not ask for a discount. And that's what you have to learn. That's what you have to learn in business too. If your friends respect your business and your hustle, they will not have the audacity to ask you for a discount.
And I totally agree with that, because let me go back to what I was talking about when it comes to my barber. Like he's one of my closest friends. We go to church and stuff. So when he told me one day that, hey, I actually is actually 50, in the back of my mind, I was like, man, that's my brother. He's supposed to give me a discount. But I had to think about it in this way. And LeVar, you said it. I respect his business enough to understand that that's what he charges. I have to respect that. I can't look at it as, yes, I know him, I should get a discount. But at the same time, I got to look at it and say, hey, this is his business. And because this is his business, these are the prices that he's charging. And I have to respect that, and go along with that. So, if he comes to me one day and says, hey, I'm going to give you half off because it's your birthday or whatever, that's one thing. But I can't go in with the mindset automatically like, oh, well, I know I'm about to get the discount. I'm about to pay the low $20.
Because think about
But
how many
that's
friends he got. Because if he had to give you one because you're his friend, if he got 20 friends, he already taken the L of a loss.
Right.
right.
And people do that a lot though in our culture. I'm gonna say this: we got a lot of people, even if they know you friends or not, they come up. They always want to ask you for a discount. Well, can I get this for this price? Like I have people come to my spot saying, "Well, I got $5. I'll pay $5 for it." And I got to tell them, I said, "Well, unfortunately, you can't get it."
Or bartering. I have
Right.
a lot of my friends want to barter. And I'm like, what you do don't compare to what I do. Like
That part.
you have one service that's one price. Like how are we gonna barter?
There's nothing, no
So
value.
and that
And what I want to do, so I say this right here to a lot of people out here: when you start your business, please do your market research, please. Because you can kill an industry by trying to lowball, trying to bring yourself up. And then when it's time for you when you call yourself wiping everybody out, don't cry when people decide to leave you because your price is not the same. Because now you got to raise your prices to suffice your demand. And now you got to compete with the true price.
And then you got to have a realistic price too. Like if you know hot dogs and beans is your specialty, don't charge me $75 for no hot dog and beans.
Well, hold on. Well, I'm gonna say this right here. It depends on where you at, because hey, them hot dogs and beans could be some match with somewhere else. So
It
I'm gonna
could
say,
be.
look, I got beef and baked beans. I say, all right, hey, look, that ground beef, them beef and baked beans, and I got smoked hot dogs. I smoked them dogs for 4 hours. So I'm not saying $75, but it depends on who your demographic is.
But who your demographic is and stuff like that. Because
Right.
the thing is, there's a way to make money and you make it honestly. You know what I'm saying? And one thing is,
I got a
I
question.
like
Hold
to,
on.
but I
I
like to
cut you
make,
off real quick. You said gotta make it honestly. I gotta ask you, what do you mean by honestly in business?
Well, and honestly, we're not trying to rip people off. Honestly, just like so you want to provide a
But what
good
do you think
service,
is a ripoff? Because you'll only work as much as a person is willing to pay for you.
but then also too that's too, but like like let me use my hot dog and ham and beans thing again.
Mm-hmm.
If I know that it's only charging me $15, and
Mhm.
I'm charging $115
Mhm.
for that's a stike.
Well, hold on.
Even though there's some people
It's
that would pay
7%
it.
profit margin. So if you make an 85% profit margin on something like alcohol, I'll use an example as well, then you still that's 80 alcohol is an 85% markup.
Correct.
Sometimes breakfast is also like a 75, 85% markup. So you want, and also give you another example, like California, Rodeo Drive. You been there before?
No.
Okay. You got a t-shirt in there that's $600, but a similar t-shirt over at Forever 21.
Correct.
You know what I'm saying?
But I'm saying,
Well,
but you also
$10.
talk about that too, as in your region that would pay for that, because in California stuff like things are sky high. You know, it's like way more. But in that area too, they're also more materialistic in
That's why
that
you got to know
area.
your market.
Yeah.
That's why I said do market research.
So yeah, so then when you do your research, that's where your pricing will come in, check in, and all sorts of like that. You know what I'm saying? But my thing is, I don't go in business going in and saying I'm gonna try to knock these people over their head. You know what I'm saying? And I could, hey, but like I said, I'm the baby of this. You know what I'm saying? So I'm only 3 years in, but
So I got a question for y'all. So have any of you all? I hear everything you all saying, but what continues to push you to continue to do this? Like, have you all just wanted to just say, I quit? Like, have you all just wanted to just give up one day and say, I can't do this no more? Like, this is tiresome. This is too much. What makes you continue to go when those days are like, I don't want to do this no more?
When I fire our old crew and had to hire new ones, I get rid of the old ones. Sorry.
I had to fire a crew too.
I'll be honest with you. In today's society of entrepreneurship, it's not like the old school. Back in the day when we were coming up, we would work a job. We didn't get too much into the politics. We minded our business as the employees. Today's employees want to mind your business.
Well, how much you're making, how much their cut is, and stuff like that.
Right.
But to answer your question is if you really love what you do, you're gonna do it. That because as an entrepreneur, that's something like I said, you don't get no day off. That's some days I just want to be like, I don't want to think about nothing. Like when I get the phone with y'all tonight, I have to call a client back about some, because they keep going back and forth with me about something, and I'm like, okay, this is what it is. I'm not gonna do too much. Like you never like once I get off the phone with you, it's gonna be 9 o'clock my time. I still gotta call a client back. You know what I'm saying? And then it's gonna be like this for the next couple of days. But you don't get no time off. You always gotta reinvent yourself. You gotta always look into the market and see how you can compete with the market. Like for me, I know I'm 43 years old now, right? So now, do I want to venture off into getting a small restaurant? Do I want to go into making seasonings? Like that's different avenues. So I got to understand how I can flip this to make it work for me. Because I'm back in college now, getting a business degree in economics. You know what I'm saying? Trying to figure out how many ways that I can. Because at 50 years old, I'm not asking nobody what you want me to cook. I'm like, what? I'm not worried about that at 50. I'm not worried about loading these bags and carrying food. I want to know how to make my brand work for me. And I'm not working for my brand. If you understand what I'm saying.
Exactly. Yes. I pivot a lot. Like, my clients sometimes make me want to quit. I be like, oh my God. I get to the house, I be like, oh my God. But then at the same time, the experience is, I wouldn't trade it sometimes. But yeah, my clients make me pivot a lot, and I do a lot of like surveys on my page. I ask them what they want or what they're looking for, or what is it that they see that I am not in, and they'll talk to you. If you have an audience, they'll talk to you. They'll answer your survey. They'll tell you what they want to see that you're not providing. And so I just pivot a lot, but it's what I love. Like organizing is what I'm like. I am so OCD. If you walk in my house, you'll be like, and I'll be like, don't touch it. But if you touch it, I know you touched it.
But you chose the perfect job for you, the perfect path, because that's actually good. You're organizing. But, I mean, OCD fits well.
But yeah, sometimes when you complete a job and you sit back and look at your job, you're like, this is what I do it for. The
Yeah.
pure enjoyment for yourself. You know what I'm saying? Because
Yeah.
like sometimes like it never fails me. The day before a catering event, I hate it. I'm like, oh, you gotta go grocery shop, you gotta prep, But when it's set up and then it's flowing, and I'm looking at it, I'm like, boy, you did that. And
Exactly.
that's when
At the
I be like,
end, the results.
yeah, that's what keeps you going on.
Yeah.
Because once I see the closet and I see how excited they are, I be like,
Yeah.
yeah. And then they'll call me and they'll be like, I'm doing this, and I'll be like, okay. But yeah,
You hype yourself up,
it's
you're
the
like, oh shit,
results.
I did that. And
Completion.
that's what keeps you going.
Mhm.
Sometimes you got to complete a task, but like you said, every day is a struggle getting up. Sometimes you're going to have those moments where your body just tired. But they said 24/7. I said I work 24/8. It's not even 8 days. It seems like I work in my sleep. I dream about my next day's organizing. Literally, and I get up and I'm writing down everything I dreamed about. It seems like I don't sleep sometimes, but it's not just if you love what you do. It's just, do you have drive in general?
Mhm.
You got to have drive. If you just in it just because you're trying to make money,
It's
you're
a
gonna
wrap.
burn
Let it
yourself
go.
out. A lot of people like I'm using the music industry for that one. A lot of these, I woke up at 28 years old to become a rapper now. Um, yeah, that kills me every time. Like, and they tell you, oh, I thought I could just do this right here. They look at it as a quick come up. And that's why you don't see a lot. That's why I tell people, I say, you don't see the top 100, and then you see the same artists all over the top 100. What makes you think you're going to fit in this top 100 when you're doing the same thing that they do?
Mm-hmm.
You can't be a copycat. You can't come in here thinking you're the greatest, and you haven't even started a career that even got your foot wet in the industry or whatever industry that you're doing. You got to make sure you do your research. I tell people all the time, go to school. They tell me school ain't for me. I said, well, how the hell you think you're gonna learn something that you want to know if you don't go to the basics to learn the fundamentals of what you want to do? Not everyone has the luxury of working in a family or have a family member that does it, or just come across that person that's going to mentor you the whole time. But either way, you're going to pay for the education.
Either
You're
you're
going
gonna
to pay for it out your
lose money
pocket.
and pay for it,
Yes,
or you're gonna put
experience.
up the money and go. Because if I'm not
Mhm.
mistaken, I think I'm the only entrepreneur in my family. Well, the first one, because I have a cousin, she does clothes now, and another cousin, she started her entrepreneurship. But it's rough. Like when nobody tells you about these days, or and don't get me, you have very rewarding moments, but you working your ass off for the moments. You
When
know
you
what I'm
said the
saying?
closing industry, right? I know people who woke up and said, I'm gonna sell t-shirts stuff. I say, you know something? If you want your business to work for you, you gotta go overseas and get your bulk, and you also go to China to go to the warehouses to see what type of work they're doing by law. I said, go to school to learn the fashion industry so you'll know the ins and outs and how they market, how they get there. Because a lot of people outsource their work
Oh,
overseas.
that's how they get them in bulk.
Yeah.
Somebody mentioned this word, and I always find it fascinating to see how entrepreneurs continue to learn. My sister-in-law, she has her baking business on the side, and she makes cakes and other things, but I know for her, she does a lot of research to find the newest gadgets, the newest things that are utilized. So for you all, like, do you all have mentors? Do you have someone that you go to, or how do you continue to thrive when it comes to the ever changing market, and all of you all's businesses, because all of you all are in a business where there's more people doing, being chefs, doing the whole closet makeover. Like, do you all have somebody that's like there to help you, or how do you continue to stay, um, you know, like prevalent in today's society?
I have a mentor. I mentor is Chef Tiffany Moore, and she is one of the most out of the box thinking mentors ever. Um, she started thinking. She was like cooking. She was doing regular cooking. Then she was like, oh, let me do cannabis cooking and stuff like that. Because sometimes trends is gonna play in your favor. I have a networking team. A lot of us that went to school together. It's 5 of us, and we all work together, and we network together, and we support each other business. Like I never thought that somebody be excited because I'm black and I know how to make sushi. You know what I'm saying? Like they were like, "Oh, I thought I would get this from a Chinese restaurant." No, I can bring sushi to you. I can do the hibachi grill and everything. I'm not gonna do the tricks that they do, but you know what I'm saying. But you know what I'm saying. Like what I learned, you know, that some of them things can be a niche because if you're black and then you a lot of your customers are black, and they want to support black owned businesses, you have to be able to be diverse in what you're able to do to bring that. Because, like I said, in my business, it's all about the experience. When you go on TikToks and you see these people building stuff and placing food on that, you have to think architect now. So how can I build this and make this food work there and keep it warm? So like you have to just be somebody that want to just think outside the box and push yourself because that's motivation. I get motivated from a lot of people that are on TV, you know, on TikTok and stuff like that. And like you say, you might copy off somebody or you just might use it as an influence, but that's how you grow. You have to grow.
I think it is.
Chef, I will say this right here. I decided I was going to try one of those TikTok chefs. You know, somebody on there. I'm not going to say their name. What I'm going to say is the food be looking good. That's all I'm going to say.
So I had an
opportunity. A motherfucker. But but everybody, all these TikTok chefs that popped up with this architect, it looks so great and wonderful, but these people can't cook or worth a lick.
So, LeVar, I already know you about to talk about the opportunity that you had, the competition that you was in. You can talk about it because I did follow you when you were going through that.
I know whack ass competition. No. I hated that competition, but one of my friends had signed me up for that competition. But in the culinary, when you have any chefs in the room, we are very competitive against each other, especially when it's time to cook, because it's like, well, bitch, let me show you what I got. You know what I'm saying? And then if you're in the mindset of like, you don't want to be better than nobody, but you want to prove yourself, but you want to learn at the same time, you're going to show your skills off. I guarantee you get, I know if you get me and another chef and it's time to cook, we're going to be competitive. We're going to turn it into a competitive thing because you want to show off your skills and why you are. I even forgot the question that you asked. But no, that competition you were talking about, I didn't like that competition because you need to show off your skills. You only show it off with your picture. But what I was going to comment is I met somebody here that, you know, he's very into he's very popular here. Like celebrity wise, he makes a lot of money. But he's off at the same time. He's a ripoff all at the same time. He make his hustle and make his money, but somebody's getting ripped off. Yeah, if it's not the employees, it's the client, huh?
He's a TikTok chef.
No, he's not. He's an event coordinator. He started off as a chef, but he's an event coordinator now.
TikTok chef. Okay. I'll be knocking some of these people, but I could be, like I said, I'm be honest with you. They call me Chef Memphis, but only because, like I said, my grandmothers and my great grandmothers and grandfather passed down recipes to me from 1904 and beyond. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So this has been one of the things my family, also the McDonald family in Memphis, is known for. We can cook. You know what I'm saying? And we got recipes, and my grandmother is a scientist. She was a chemist when it comes to baking cakes. Mm-hmm. You had to tiptoe through her house when she was making it.
Because too much movement will mess up the cake.
Man, if you even breathe hard, you know what I'm saying? She had a switch like this right here. Breathe hard if you want to and mess up my cake. I'm going to beat you. You know what I'm saying? That's how she was. So I come across a family that actually does this, but then we're actually known for it in a positive manner. And I took the family recipes and I decided to go ahead and make it out of a restaurant, because if you go to Walker Home every October, we do a block parties in my family and we feed the whole community. You
Mm.
See, for me, like I think because everybody has to find a niche or something that, and that's my thing is like I want to take what I tell a lot of my customers is I can take you to any country you want to via a plane.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? So that's an experience there. Like if my like when I said I'm doing Asian, I have the whole Asian setup with the plates and everything, so that I'm not gonna have no Asian outfit on. I'm gonna have something Asian coat, but it's all about the experience. And if you provide them experience, and then you just give them good tasting food, it's never gonna fail.
Right.
It's
Mm.
That
never.
is facts. That is facts. I got people coming all the way from Richmond, Virginia, DC, Laurel,
Mhm.
Pittsburgh every weekend just to get my food.
Mm.
When I got flued out the first time, I was like, oh shit, you might be on to something. You know what I'm saying? But to actually have people want to fly you out with them on their
Mhm.
vacations, you be like, a free
Hey,
vacation for me? I got
So,
yes.
so I gotta ask you, Alexandria. So, you know, you doing, the whole closet thing. Um, so first off, I gotta ask because I don't envy people that do your job because I think that the closet and I mean for me I don't like going to my closet sometimes because I have a lot of stuff and I be like I want to get it separated but I'm like it is what it is but like why do you find that to be an enjoyment for you?
So I don't just stop at closets. So it's Closet 118. I specialize in closets, but I also
Okay.
do pantries. I do offices. I'm residential. I have businesses that call me out to organize like their file rooms, their offices, and stuff like that. I don't know. Like I like structure, and no, I didn't get it from the military.
That's the OCD kicking in. She go,
Yes,
oh my,
I just like everything to be in its spot. And me personally, I feel like I'm here to elevate your lifestyle. So with me elevating your lifestyle, I'm giving you a reason to walk into your closet. Like you should
Mm,
want to go into your closet. Your closet should look like a department store. Like when you walk into your closet, you should feel like you are in a department store and you should want to look for what you're looking for. Like, and really, you're not gonna be in there that long once I organize it because I mean, you should find your outfit in about 5 minutes.
you
But
hired.
that's
You
just
hired.
me. Like, I want to elevate your lifestyle. Like, if you don't like walking to your closet, I want to make you like walking into your closet. I want to give you
mm.
a reason to want to be in your closet, and that doesn't stop at your closet. That's your pantry as well. So, yeah. But
I
it's
love that
it's a
presentation.
struggle. Thank you. Thank
But if
you.
you
Look,
if
It's
you
a
you want
struggle
hired.
though.
You
It's not
hired.
easy because I missed the other question, but I have two mentors. So I have a mentor for marketing and then I have one for the business because at the end of the day, it's kind of hard marketing organizing. Like a lot of people want it. We don't know how to market it. We don't know how to put it out there until like now we have reels and things like that. But I mean, I'm doing videos, I'm doing reels, like it's
Nice.
time consuming. Like I have to think outside the box. But then my mentor that I have, she's very good. And I think she's the reason why I kind of stepped into the construction of the closets because that's making me money without even organizing. Some people just want their closet redone. They want a new closet and they don't even want me to organize it. So okay, there I can get that for you. And that leaves me out of the equation, but I'm still making money. So at that time, like I'm pivoting. So I had to figure out how to pivot to make sure that my business still stays afloat.
Mm.
Okay. So I want to do this. I've been doing this every show for like the last month and a half. So I want to do it, continue to do it because I think it's fun. The myths about whatever that conversation is. So I pulled up myths about entrepreneurs. So I'm gonna have y'all speak on this on some of these. Entrepreneurs take extreme risk.
you do,
Yeah.
True.
you do.
Okay.
True. It's our responsibility to make sure that you feed your family.
It's a risk that you take a product that people want to buy
Hmm.
because you have to invest before anybody else can invest. You have to already invest in yourself.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay. I love this one because, like I said, I know a lot of entrepreneurs, and this is the first thing that people think. Entrepreneurs are rich.
Not all
Lie.
of us. Not all of us.
Lie.
I'm
Not all of
poor.
us. Some of
I'm
us
an
are
entre broke
comfortable.
Negro.
Some of us are
Entre
just very
poor,
I'm
entre
comfortable.
broke.
poor.
Either one.
Okay. All right. I just had to throw that one in there because I hear it all the time and I'm just like, okay.
Just because we drive nice cars, maybe live in a nice house, but we got other bills to pay. The employees are a bill.
Yeah.
You know,
And you got to feed other people. You got to make sure that these people are taken care of for that moment that they're working for you.
Okay. Next one. You have to be young and restless to be an entrepreneur.
Yeah, I'm all
that's
the
a
time.
good one right there. I don't know, cause my body weighing out on my ass right now. I don't know. You probably got.
I don't think that's true. I don't think
No,
that's
it's not
true.
true.
When I
You
was
have
younger, I had more energy. So now that I'm older, starting a new business, I ain't the same. So I don't know. That's a one of those ifs ands. Depends on who you are, because man, you have a lot of energy when you're young to tolerate a lot, as well as deal with a lot, and to push more. But the older you get, the less tolerant of a lot of stuff you are,
you do.
physically and
Gotcha.
emotionally.
That patience ain't as strong as it used to be.
Yes. So I don't know. That's a trick question.
Okay. So I gotta stop right there because LeVar, you said something about patience and when you all are talking to your clients and they say this is what I want. And then they come back and say, no, I want it this way. And then they come back and they say, like, how much patience do you have to have
A
with your
lot.
clients? Okay.
I was
I
just
ain't a
saying that.
doctor. I ain't
I was
got
saying
that
this
patience.
the other day. My patience is about the size of a mustard seed. And the thing, and I hate customer service. And I wish I could have somebody to just talk to the clients and just let me cook. You know what I'm saying? But they don't want that. They want to have the relationship with the
With
chef.
you, yes.
And you be like, God damn. Cause that's but like I said, in the beginning of the conversation, you already know if a client is gonna be with you or not. So if I already know they're not really gonna come with me, I ain't gonna lie, I'm gonna hit them up with a high price. And that a price that I know they're not gonna pay, so they go ahead and eliminate themselves. Um when they do a lot of the changes and stuff like that, that's what you put in the contract.
Yep.
So the thing is, I say,
Revisions.
if anything, because for me, like if they do the change, I say if anything alter 25% of the production, then we have to go back and retalk the price
Yes.
because that 25% is a big chunk.
Yep.
Like if
Especially
you
when profit
go,
margins
because
low.
some people will be like, I had one place, so we had 100 and we're going to 150. Well, I'm planning for 100. This is what 50 more people will look like. So do you want to do that? Because I can make the food stretch to maybe 125, but we still got to compensate for that 25 people. And then my champagne taste people, oh, I want lobster and shrimp. Oh, is that what we want? Well, let's talk about it now.
For real.
Now, if you want to be a hood rich, you get them some steak and combine it together,
Lobsters and
or you,
shrimps.
yeah, you know what I'm saying. It's because I don't like to do processed food. Like
I'm
all my
sorry.
food, I like it to be fresh. You know what I'm saying. I hate processed foods. Now, if you want that and you got that budget, if I have time and I'm bored, I'll do your processed meal all day long that you could have done yourself. But that's not what I specialize in. But it's especially being a personal chef, you get that all the time, the back and forth of what they want to do and they want. And then they're like, oh, I want to do a party. I had this one girl. She said, I'm gonna pay for this party of 50 people, and I want lobster and steak. I said, girl, you don't even want lobster and steak for yourself, Bill. Because if you do that for yourself, multiply that times 50. And I ain't heard nothing else from her after that. After I gave her that price, I didn't hear nothing else from her. But I understand, say it's like people want the experience because that's what they see on TV or on their social media or something like that. But they don't know what cost that comes with that.
And I want to add that to the recording studio industry. A lot of these artists come into the studio and they don't understand that the hourly that you're paying for is only for recording. Me pushing recording, playing, make sure the vocals are clean as they go through. It's not for mixing. It's not for mastering. but they come in with this thing of, I paid you to do this, you got to do that. No, I don't. You got to understand what the work and what you're paying for. And then when we do mix it, I give them my mixing price is $1,500 a song, but I give you 2 revisions, and each revision after that is additional $300. They say, oh, well, I want this way, want this way. They want to change in one revision. They want to change like 1,500 things. I'm like, okay, I'm going to give you that. But that next revision, I'm going to tell you right now, you better make it right, because out there you're going to be going for the glory. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm going to charge you. And they don't like that. They don't like for us to tell them that they got to pay more when we got to do more.
So man, this conversation, we can continue on and on. But what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna have each of you all give me your final thoughts, and I'm also for those who are watching, I know this is being shared by each of my guests as well. But if you are watching and you want to know how to get a hold of Memphis Country Boy Trey, Alexandria, or Chef LeVar, you will see it in a minute for each of them. So for right now, I'm going to have Alexandria give her final thoughts or anything that she wants to say, and then we'll go from there. So, Alexandria, this is your final thoughts, and then as far as how can people get a hold of you? Here's your actual website and contact information. So go ahead, ma'am. The floor is yours.
I can be reached at my website is www.closet118.com. My egg is closet_118. Like I said before, I am here to elevate your lifestyle. So if you are interested in any custom closet or any organizing, that's where you can reach me at.
Oh snap! Final thought. First of all, anybody that want to be an entrepreneur, I encourage it. It can probably be one of the most rewarding things that you've done in your life. You're gonna have your up days and your down days, but at the end of the day, the longest that you say you done it and you gave it a try, you won. You can find me on Instagram as chef_LeVar. My email address is torrancecatering@gmail. My Facebook is LeVar Terran Oliver. Um, for me, I just enjoy giving people an experience through culinary. And there's some places like you might not be able to go to Japan, but I can take you to Japan on a plate. Um, I love what I do. It shows in my artistry, and I just love serving the people that believe in my vision. That's it.
Hey Trey, I think you muted. We lost you. We can't hear a word you saying. I'm not sure what happened to Trey, but so for him, he has his website is www.thesoulofmemphis, GMB.com. He is based out in Maryland. He is originally from Memphis. Let me see if
Can you hear me now?
Yep, go ahead, brother. I'll
All right.
let you go ahead and.
All right. I'm originally born and raised Memphis, Tennessee, Memphis Country Boy Trey or Chef Memphis. Who did the down thing like that? You know, don't do me like that. No, I'm just kidding. I do Memphis style barbecue and country soul food. I'm also an audio and video engineer by degree and trade. You can meet me at thesoulofmemphisgnb.com here, or go on Instagram, look up The Soul of Memphis, or look up TR3 Productions and Distribution Media Group. I do what I do because I love what I do. I encourage you to never give up when you're doing something. Just because something doesn't work out the first time, it doesn't mean you got to get up and switch out and go do something else. It means you learn something, take that knowledge, come back and do it again. And you may get knocked back again. But guess what? As long as you made it further ahead, each time you got knocked back, but then you move twice as further ahead before you got knocked back again, that means you're doing something right. You know, so don't give up. Don't cry about, oh, woe is me, the world. And also be ready to be alone as an entrepreneur. It's lonely at the top. So be ready. Stop caring about what everybody else thinks about you, and you do right by you. And that's the best piece of advice I can tell you.
All right. So I appreciate all four of you all. I mean, I said four. All three of you all being on the show. I appreciate you all just telling your truth and really giving a breakdown of being an entrepreneur, the good, the bad, the ugly. But you all still continue to do what you do because you love what you do. So I pray and I hope that your businesses continue to thrive, that you continue to inspire others to come into entrepreneurship, and that you all become mentors to somebody else that wants to do exactly what you all are doing. So I thank y'all for being on Coffee and Conversation. I look forward to seeing what you all do in the future. So it's about that time to end the show. But again, this is a 4-part series. This is the first show on a 4-part series of entrepreneurship, of being an actual entrepreneur. So I thank you all for joining. Look for some more entrepreneurs to come on and talk about their business and hear their stories and what they have to say about being entrepreneurs. So whether it's early morning, late afternoon, or midnight, a good cup of Joe and a conversation will always get you right. This has been Coffee and Conversation with Kevin Smith. Have a good night.
Bye.
Bye-bye, y'all.